Special Operations Response Team's rappelling demonstration. If you draw your attention to the middle roof, I'd like to introduce today's host, Sergeant Eric Ozzy Osborne.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 13th and final day of the Great New York State Fair. We appreciate your perseverance, patiently sitting out here in the heat through that K9 show for no other purpose than to secure prime seats for this show. We've got some weather coming in, and we're going to try and send it and get it through. We are short. So is the tactical element for the New York State Police. As such, we conduct all those SWAT-type tactical tasks you would expect us to conduct, to include search and rescue. Today we have what I hope will be a show of skill and prowess in high-angle rappelling and rope rescue. So without further ado, let's bring the guys down and introduce them. Up on the left side of the tower, you've got Trooper Rob Soy Capitan Burke. On the right side, you've got Trooper Christopher, if you like dogs, how do you like these puppies? Swankin. Down here on the ropes, you've got the North Central team leader, Sergeant Clifton. No, I don't play basketball. Wood. Up in the DJ booth, fresh off his European tour, where he played the club circuit from Milan to Minsk. He is available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, and of course, bachelorette parties. Trooper Brian DeRossi. Up on the left side of the tower, sporting his brand new tactical multi-cam Chuck Taylors. He's our team's technology and communication specialist. He is also a crew chief. He is a hoist operator. He is a negotiator, and he is responsible for all our intel. Trooper Cole, don't call me Radio She-Bats. And that's Ryan. Oh, it's smooth. All right, folks, while they're climbing back up, I'm going to go over a little about the history of our team. In 1980, New York State welcomed the Winter Olympics to Lake Placid. Well, that was obviously a huge honor and a privilege. It was also a huge responsibility. The 1972 Munich Olympic terrorist attacks weighed heavily on everyone's mind. The New York State Police wanted a team that would be capable of direct action against a terrorist threat. It took firearms instructors, predominantly military veterans, and trained them through the FBI in counterterrorism tactics. They were called the Mobile Response Team, or MRT. Since then, our team has undergone several evolutions, and in 2008, it became a full-time detail and changed their name to the Special Operations Response Team. We're spread out on 5 separate teams across different regions in the state. Each team is responsible for maintaining its own personnel and equipment. Some large pieces of equipment, such as that armored Bearcat over there, all the way down to our individual equipment, such as the harnesses. On the front of these harnesses, you're going to see each guy has a device. It's called a figure 8, and it's our descent device. The rope is fed through that. As we come down, each guy's hand on the top of the rope is just their guide hand, keeps them upright. The one back here by their hip, that's the money maker, that's your brake hand. As you allow that rope to freely flow through the device, you let gravity do its job, and we refer to that as letting her eat. Once you go ahead and put it back on your hip, puts friction on that device, slows, and eventually stops you. Telling you is one thing, showing you is something different. So if you look up top, we got Rob and Chris who are going to come on down and demonstrate. guys kept their guide hand up top. They kept the brake hand right where they should. Feathered that brake and landed very gently on the roof. Nicely done. However, sometimes if the situation dictates, or if we're just having fun, we really let her eat. Get that hand wide open. You're going to see up here, the rope throughout the show is going to develop loops and curls. One of those loops hits your hand, it can knock that brake hand, that rope out of your brake hand. You lose your brakes on a thruway, that's a bad day on the road, right? We lose our brakes up here, that's a bad day on the rope. But that's why we've got the good sergeant down here. Cliff's not trying to be rude, just showing his back. He's not trying to showcase his ample lats and traps. He has a critical, albeit not so glamorous job. As our senior guy, he's the rope safety or belayman. If one of these guys is coming down, they lose their brake hand, Cliff's going to pull on that rope, putting friction on that guy's figure eight, slowing and hopefully stopping. But again, telling you is one thing, showing you is something different. So to demonstrate what one of these guys is going to do, they're going to take a few steps back. They're going to get a running start, and they're going to jump off that roof with no hands on the rope. They're going to come hurtling towards Earth at an incredible rate of speed, accelerating at 9.8 meters per second until at the very last moment, Sergeant Wood, if he is physically able and so inclined, will engage the belay, slowing that trooper and stopping him moments away from certain death or at least a sprained ankle. A reckless and unnecessary risk? Perhaps. An act of foolishness on behalf of the jumper? Most certainly. But ladies and gentlemen, these men laugh in the face of danger. Are you not entertained? Oh, we got him into a frenzy, guys. A frenzy. All right, so who's going to jump? Come on, man. You guys got to figure this out ahead of time. You had an hour and a half to decide. They were doing rock, paper, scissors, but neither one of them are trustworthy. They're cheaters. Guys, how are we going to do it? We'll leave it to the people? We'll let the people decide, both of them. All right. So, folks, we're going to have you guys go ahead and answer it with applause. The guy on the left side of the tower is Rob. The guy on the right side is Chris. So who wants Rob to jump off? Let's hear it. Who wants Chris to jump off? I don't know, that was pretty close. Let's try one more time. Rob! Chris! Oh, that's good. It's not Brandon. It's not just Brandon. It's Chris's, oh boy. Chris is dominating in this so far this year. All right, folks, let's hear for Chris for volunteering, huh? All right, so like I said, Chris is going to take a few steps back. He's going to get a running start, and he's going to jump off that roof with no hands on the rope. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to count him up to 3. You ready, guys? 1, 2. What's the matter, Chris? Uh-oh. That's not Cliff. Give me a second, folks. Cliff, what are you doing? Trainees, huh? Day 13. We have this and one more show. You couldn't do it anymore? Couldn't do it. Oh, boy. All right, training replacement. Hey, guys, how we doing today? Awesome, awesome. What's your name? What is it? Maxon. What's your name? Hudson. All right, guys. Did he tell you what to do? He didn't? He didn't give you any instructions? Nice job, Cliff. Really setting us up for failure here. All right, I'll tell you what, guys. I'll give you guys the extended, advanced version, all right? When Chris jumps, you pull the rope. Got it? Awesome. I think they're good, brother. No, it's no big deal. It's real easy. He'll jump, you'll pull the rope on the first bounce, second bounce, doesn't matter. At some point, just pull the rope, because he'll stop eventually, you know what I'm saying? All right. Cool, Chris, you ready? That's not the body language of someone that's ready. Not coming? Oh, come on, dude. They look wicked strong. There's 2 of them. Man, even if one screws up, the other one's there. No, I don't think I can come up. Maybe next year, you could be the MC and I could be the guy that jumps off the roof. But until then, I'm down here, you're up there, so. No? All right, folks. Hold on just a second. Let me confer with my colleague here in private. I apologize, folks. That air's off. He's ready. He wants him to go. Cliff, come here. Between you and me, I don't really care how this goes. I know you don't care. Everyone here can tell you don't care. But if Chris burns in, and those guys' hands are on that rope, they do look wicked strong. Skip's a generation. If they come, if they burn in, he burns in. Our state fair days next year, they're over. No more pizza free, no more dinosaur. Back to crack houses and meth labs, brother. You're on it, you're on the rope. All right, folks. All right. Cliff's got his conscience got the better of him, and he's ready to do his job. But he's got guys backing him up down there. Let's hear it for the USMAL boys. All right, you ready, Chris? All right, come on now. There's three of them. Between the three of them, the belay success rate's got to be at least 62 or 63. All right, folks, let's hear it for Chris. Let's give him a little encouragement. Guys, help me count him up, all right? We're going to count him to 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What a save. Right into an invert. Those of you that are veterans of this show know we usually say every show we try to get them a little closer. If we want to get them closer next time, we'd have to dig a hole. That is going to be a mess. Well done. All right, let's hear it for our belay guys, huh? Awesome. You see how you can end up in some precarious situations out here. Gravity doesn't take a moment off. But if you get twisted up and in an uncomfortable spot, as long as you don't lose your head, as long as you don't lose your cool, and most importantly, as long as you don't lose your brake hand, you're not going to come hurtling towards earth. So if you look all the way up top, we got Cole and Ryan who are going to come on down and demonstrate. All right, you saw them come down silky smooth as always in that standard seated hip rappel that everyone else has used. But now they're going to transition that brake hand from their right to their left. This is going to allow them to go ahead and invert. So now, even though they're upside down, as long as they maintain that newfound brake hand, they're not going to smash face first into the sod down here. This is called the commando crawl. It allows our guys to see where they're going before they present their feet or other body parts through an opening. It also allows them their free hand to be open in case they need to engage any threats. What's going on, guys? All right, that's cool. But now that they've gone far enough and seen all they feel they need to see, they can go ahead and revert, reassume that brake hand, and come on down. Superhero landing and all. Ladies and gentlemen, the invert. Just as a side note, we did recruit these guys to the team directly from a synchronized swimming academy. I see all that time in the pool has really paid off. All right, folks, you're going to notice a reoccurring theme out here during the show, and that is safety. We're dealing with heights, we're dealing with hard edges, we're dealing with extreme angles. When it comes to nature, we're dealing with rocks, trees, and uneven terrain. It is likely sometimes when people rappel or climb that they become injured, or they end up in a position where they can't go up or down. We can't call 911 because in that situation, we are 911. We have to have the means to get them. Ladders aren't going to be tall enough to reach them, and depending on the terrain, helicopters can be counterproductive. Those rotors don't do our ropes any favors, if you know what I'm saying. So, to start this demonstration, if you look up top, we got Rob, who's going to come on down. Say Rob's working his way down a sheer cliff face in Letchworth, or perhaps Ithaca, because it is gorgeous. He gets to a spot he wants to be for a second. He's going to take that rope and wrap it around his 8. Not once, not twice, but thrice. This is called the tie-off. Once he's performed that tie-off, Rob can go hands-free. He can invert. He can literally and figuratively hang out. He can get his cell phone out, snap a selfie, post it to Instagram, his Twitch feed, his MySpace page. Anybody else got a MySpace? Just me? All right. Rob, I was kidding. No distracted sliding, brother. Put it away. So Rob's up there. He's enjoying this beautiful day. But say hypothetically some rocks get loose and hit him in the head. At this point, I'm going to need some kids to come forward if we have any kids. Need kids to come forward and help us be the rocks. Anybody, anyone? Anybody, anyone? No, you don't have to raise your hand. We're not that organized. Just come on up, guys. Lottie-dottie, everybody. I don't know if we got enough rocks for everybody, but we're going to try it out. There we go. Here we go. Let it eat, guys. Let him have it. Headshots is the goal. We want to see loss of consciousness. Let's make this a serious and realistic display. Oh, he's got some heat coming at him today, boys. What are the Little League World Series in town? There's some heat. Some stink on that monkey. Oh, and a little precipitation. Just making matters worse. Punk. All right, folks, let's hear it for our rocks, huh? Thanks for coming out, guys. Got him good. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Hey, Cliff, next year, lawn darts. Way more accurate. All right. So Rob's stuck up there, but we can't leave him up there. We got a lot of time and money invested in him. He's part of the team, all that stuff. So we can't just leave him sitting there. But if you look all the way up top, we've got Chris. Chris is going to work his way down his line, latch hands onto Rob, and hopefully bring him down to safety. Come on down, Chris. Okay. We pick all our own music out here. This is a bold and unconventional choice for Chris. What's this? Tiffany, 1980. What's the matter? There's no way of coming down to this. This is not your musical selection?
It's not my musical selection.
Are you serious?
Preposterous.
Preposterous. We thought it suited you, though. What do you need?
Something way more manly.
Something way more manly. DJ Hiroshi. Our tactical diva is very high maintenance. Can you play something way more manly than he can come down to? Awesome. Thanks, brother. There you go. He's really getting into this. I knew this would bring him down. As you see Chris L out, as we call it, and come down, you're going to notice he has a different piece of equipment on the front of his harness. He doesn't have a figure eight. He has what's called a brake bar rack. That brake bar rack is going to allow Chris to take additional weight onto his system. In this case, that additional weight is going to be Rob. Chris is going to want to stop slightly above Rob so he can barely reach him. But before Chris does anything, he's got to perform a proper tie-off, lest he fall to the ground and become another victim in need of rescue. Once he's tied off, he reaches for that blue strap on his left side. That's called a pick-off strap, and is designed specifically for rope rescue work. To perform a partial inversion, lengthen that a hair, and he'll eventually hook in to Rob's harness. During this operation, it's crucial that all the tasks are performed in the proper sequence for both of their safeties. Chris is hooked into Rob's harness, and this is going to allow Chris to use those massive biceps that he somehow shoehorns into a medium t-shirt.
It's a large.
That's a large? Not from the men's section, it ain't. As Chris pulls Rob up, you can see Rob instinctively reach for Chris's hips and legs. We're a very tight-knit team. At this point, we ask no pictures be taken. Thank you. You see Rob's line has begun to go on slack. That's because Rob's weight has been removed from it. At this point, Chris is just working to remove Rob from his line and secure his hardware. At this point, Chris is going to want to make sure he does everything, again, in proper sequence, because if he does it wrong, I think Chris will be fine, but Rob, the human airbag, is going to have a bad day at the fair. Hey, looks like Chris has removed him from his line. And now he'll be able to undo that tie-off and hopefully lower him and Rob safely to the ground. Looks like he nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, the kickoff. All right, folks, we've showed you basic rappelling. We've showed you the safety measures we have in place. We've showed you a very small percentage of the rope rescue work that we are capable of. However, there's also a tactical application to rope work. Say, for example, there's a bad guy creeping around these fairgrounds. He snatches up a kid, he runs up into that building and barricades the door shut. That's a horrible choice of location on his part, but I digress. So now he's got that door nailed shut, and he feels real confident we're not going to be able to get him. But unbeknownst to him, Sort is on the way. However, when we roll out, we do not roll out by ourselves. We have some good-natured ribbing and joking back and forth between other specialty units, but when it comes game time, we work together as a team and we do it quite well. In short, we count on our partners in the uniform, in the BCI, negotiators, scuba divers, aviators, snipers, and even our brothers and sisters in the K9 program. If you look over the dive tank, we have a drone that's hovering. That's being operated by K9 Mandan's handler, Trooper Mark Bender. It gives us real-time eyes and ears in tactical and dangerous situations without exposing our guys to undue danger. So it looks like he's ready to assist, and it looks like we're ready for Ryan to come down and run the recon. Ryan's careful to land very gently on that roof so as not to alert anybody of his whereabouts. The drone's in a position, it's checking out that top window. Again, that's live feed that Trooper Bender would either report to us or we'd have a team member looking. He's reporting nothing in that top window and he's going down and looking in that bottom window, getting eyes on. He sees something of interest and appears to be going in for a closer look. Trooper Bender is reporting that the hostage and hostage taker in that lower window. However, whenever we deal with the use of technology, robots or live feed cameras, we trust but verify. We still proceed with caution and we don't take anything for granted. So it looks like we're ready for Ryan to invert and run the commando crawl to check those rooms. Whoa! That is not our target, Ryan. I didn't say that. Uh-oh. Oh, she is handsy. She is very aggressive, Ryan. Ryan just saw with something he can't unsee. We're going to get him some counseling after this. It's going to be fine. You all right, brother? Get out of there, man. Swipe left. Swipe left. Little noise. That window. All right, Ryan can see in that bottom window, and he's confirmed what the drone already reported, that the hostage and hostage taker are down there. So now Ryan reaches up on the back of that harness and secures an NFDD or noise flash diversion device, commonly referred to as a flashbang. That's going to emit a bright light and loud noise. It's going to distract and disorient anyone in that room. Ryan's ready to deploy the bang, and it looks like we're ready for Cole to come down and effect the rescue. Cole's in the window. There appears to be a tussle of some sort. An old-timey boxing match, a pugilist, give him a left and a right. We've dealt with this bad guy before. He's trouble. Uh-oh. Where's Cole going? What's he getting? A folding chair! WrestleMania style, ladies and gentlemen. Another one! Ladies and gentlemen, this is unheard of. Pile driver! And now the... Oh, no, folks. I am sorry you had to witness that clear violation of New York State Police policy and procedures. (34-0) for the New York State Fair, ladies and gentlemen. Go shoot that. Nice work, brother. Very nice. And I hate to bring you down, however, the rules and regs do not allow you to throw a pedophile out of a second-story window. No. You can't do it. Manual clearly states it has to be the third floor or higher. Second floor is not getting it done. You know what I'm saying? No, you're fine. I know, it always gets you. It's always a technicality. How's Timmy doing? Is he okay? Timmy's all right. He's missing a sock, but he's okay. Nice save. Nice job. Oh, and his brother Tommy. Oh, good job. A double save.
Look who we have!
Oh, boy. The third one, Theodore.
It's a Woody with a boogie!
Outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, a not-so-rare triple save for Cole Shebat. Let's hear it for Cole and his hat trick. Nice work, Cole. Folks, hopefully you've had a good time out here. Hopefully you can tell we have a good time out here. It's awesome to come out on this tower and work on the ropes. We really enjoy interacting with you good people. The State Fair represents a very good time and a nice break for us. However, at the end of the day, it is a serious business that we're involved in. If you look up on that tower, we've got 4 different numbers. Those numbers are shield numbers. For Michael Strank, Ross Riley, David Brinkerhoff, and Joseph Longobardo. Those 4 men were operators on our team who died in the line of duty. Those men made the ultimate sacrifice for the people of the state of New York, and we think it's those guys that deserve a real round of applause today. All right, folks, you've been an awesome crowd. We appreciate you guys sticking it out in the heat with us. Feel free to come forward after the show. We'll answer questions, pose for pictures. We have some stickers for the kids. Hit the museum, get your learn on, and head over to Trooper Foundation to pick up all your state police swag. Thanks for hanging out with us, and enjoy the rest of your day at the great New York State Fair.
Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it, bro.